Hey guys, Real 111T here. A little update on this the Model 0 and Model 100 Liberty. I mentioned that I was having some issues sealing the tank with this cap. Okay, when the stove is in operation, stays here, and then what you do is you take it from here when you are going to transport it. You remove the burner, and then this cap would go in place here. And the problem that I had with this stove is that it was not holding pressure, basically, because when you put this cap in place, you then close the air valve here, and then the entire unit is sealed, and you could use it to transport fuel. Well, I had mine in my tin, and I opened it up and noticed that there was quite a bit of fuel that had somehow seeped out of the stove. Okay, so, and I tracked the problem down to the cap doesn't seal right. And I thought about adding some kind of a washer underneath here or inside here, okay, into this the hole where it goes. And I couldn't find nitrile washers anywhere, but I do have this nitrile O-ring assortment. This is kind of the worst for wear, made in Thailand. I got this at Harbor Freight several years ago for another camp stove project. I needed a particular size O-ring. But nitrile is a good material. It's not the best material, but it's a good material because it's resistant to fuel. Okay, so I've used some of the bigger ones that come with this as replacements for various different fuel pumps that have an O-ring seal, because if it gets exposed to Coleman fuel or kerosene, it's resistant to it. Okay, so basically same idea here. And I put it underneath and I couldn't get it to screw down, blah, blah, blah. Then I took a look at the cap. Let me see if I can get this to focus. There's a lip that above the threads and below the knurling that is almost like that's what it's made for. Now, the stove didn't come with this, but I mean, that's just something to be aware of if you decide to get one of these stoves. I put it on both of them, and then I pumped. You know, tighten it down. You can. I mean, there's definitely a difference with an O-ring there. And then I closed the air screw and I pumped, and it was holding the pressure. Without the O-ring, you know, I could hear a hiss. Even this tank is empty right now. This one is about half full, but even with it empty, I could hear a hiss of the air escaping through there without it. But when I put it on there, no more hiss, and then I tried it with this one, and there's no leak. Now, I don't think I had a leak with this one before, but I like it better. I was having to twist it down really tight, I think on this one, to not get it to leak. But neither one of them leak now is the point. So, yeah, I mean, I think this was a $7 kit. If you don't have something like this, I'd recommend going to Harbor Freight, picking this up. I imagine they might have them in an auto parts store or something like that. I tried looking for nitrile washers at my hardware stores, and they basically took me to the plumbing section, and they didn't have anything that claimed to be nitrile. And you definitely want that. If you're going to use any kind of a washer that's going to come in contact with fuel, you want it to be fuel resistant, basically. So that's why I was thinking maybe an auto parts store. But I haven't had a problem with either one of these leaking when the burner is in position. Okay. Now, there is actually a washer inside here. It's kind of hard to see. If you see that metal's a different color, that is actually a lead washer, which is pretty much what these stoves used as a sealing washer. And it seems to work well enough with this, okay, but it's just not working with this for some reason. Maybe it doesn't have a little ridge where it's supposed to have a ridge or something like that, or maybe the threads aren't deep enough. I'm not sure, or maybe they're too deep. In any event, the O-ring seems to have fixed it. I'll let you know if I have any further thoughts going forward on this. It'd be nice, obviously, if it came with one, but It's not a huge deal, and you can actually operate the stove if you didn't have an O-ring there. You wouldn't want to transport it with fuel in it. Um, I don't recommend storing them with fuel in them in any event, but yeah. So there's just a little bit of a 5-minute video on a little workaround I found for one of the shortcomings, I guess, of these stoves. I don't, it was something new because the Swedish ones, they don't. I've never had a problem with that leaking on me. So, all right, there you go, guys. Just a little workaround. Didn't cost very much. Like I said, this whole kit was about $6 or $7, I think, and I've definitely got my money's worth out of it. So, all right. Thanks for watching.